My parents disowned me for ruining my sister's relationship, but I'm happier and healthier than ever. Let me take you back about 3 years. My sister had been dating her coworker for almost 2 years at that point. He was charming, well-dressed, had a stable job, and knew exactly what to say around my parents. My mom used to call him the one before he'd even proposed. My dad shook his hand at family dinners like he was already part of the bloodline. Everyone was completely wrapped up in him. And honestly, at first, so was I. He seemed great. That's the thing about people who are good at manipulation. They don't start by showing you who they are. They start by showing you who you want them to be. He added me on social media about 6 months into their relationship. Normal enough. We were going to be family eventually, so I didn't think much of it. The first few messages were casual. He'd ask how school was going, said he wanted to be a good future brother-in-law. It felt warm and genuine. Then it shifted, slowly. The kind of slow you don't notice until you're looking back at the timestamps wondering how you got there. He started texting me late at night. Not occasionally, consistently. Always after 11. Always after he'd presumably spent the evening with my sister. The messages got longer, more personal. He'd vent about feeling misunderstood, about how nobody in his life really listened. And then, almost like it slipped out, he started saying things like, "You're different from her. You actually get me. I feel like I can say anything to you. I want to be clear. I did not encourage this." I kept my responses short and tried to steer things back to neutral ground, but every time I did, he pulled it back. He was persistent in a way that felt calculated in hindsight, but at the time I kept giving him the benefit of the doubt because he was my sister's boyfriend and I didn't want to cause problems over nothing. Then one night he sent a message I could not explain away. It wasn't aggressive, but it crossed a line that was impossible to misread. I sat with it for 2 days. Then I told my sister. I sat down with her privately, showed her the thread from the beginning, and walked her through everything calmly. I wasn't trying to blow anything up. I just thought she deserved to know. She went quiet, said she needed to think. What I didn't know was that the second I left, she called him. He told her I had fabricated the entire thing, that I'd been pursuing him for weeks and he'd been carefully trying to let me down without making things awkward, that I was jealous of their relationship and had been for a long time. He built a complete picture of me as an unstable, obsessive younger sibling who couldn't handle seeing her sister happy, and they believed him. Not just my sister, my parents, my aunt, cousins I'd grown up alongside. Within 48 hours, the family narrative had fully shifted, and I was the villain of a story I'd never written. My mom pulled me aside and said what I had done was disgusting, that I needed to apologize to my sister, to him, to everyone, that if I had any decency left, I would fix what I had broken. I told her I wasn't going to apologize for telling the truth. She told me to pack my things. I did. But before I walked out, I did one thing. I forwarded the entire message thread to my sister's email. Every text, every timestamp, no note attached. I just let it sit there. She read through it that same night. She broke up with him the next day, and I thought, okay, now someone will call. Now my mom will admit she should have listened. Instead, my parents called to tell me I had destroyed the relationship and torn the family apart, that even if he had behaved badly, I could have stayed quiet and let things run their course. My dad said that until I learned to think about how my actions affect other people, I wasn't welcome at home. That was the last real conversation we had. I spent the first few weeks in a fog, staying with a friend, sleeping on a couch, barely making it through classes. I kept checking my phone waiting for someone to reach out. Nobody did. Eventually, I stopped waiting. I transferred to a university 4 hours away, got a small room on campus, started seeing a therapist who helped me understand that what I'd grown up in wasn't just normal family tension. The favoritism was real. The conditional love was real. The way my voice never carried the same weight as my sister's in that house was real. Once I saw it clearly, I couldn't unsee it. The grief was strange. Not like losing someone who died, more like losing people who were still alive but had chosen to be gone. Some days that felt worse, but the further I got from that house, the better I could breathe. I stopped dreading my phone. I stopped editing myself before I spoke. I stopped carrying the low-level anxiety that had been running in the background of my life for as long as I could remember. Losing them hurt, but keeping them was hurting me more.